Good morning to all. Welcome back in geography classes. We are going to start today chapter number 2. I hope you have completed chapter number 1 at home and all the question answers I have given to you. Some students doubt were there that we have to make one side copy or journal copy. So you have to make both side copy and how to make the figure. That question was there in that video. So figures you will make on plain paper and paste it on copy with that particular question. So this is the way how to complete that question answers. I hope no doubt is in the question answers. If any doubt is still there, then you can consent to me. All the answers I have given to you, I think so that now no doubt is remaining here. So we are going to start chapter number 2, and chapter number 2 is geographic grid, latitudes and longitudes. So student, this chapter is the base for you. You have to understand that concept of uh, time zones. You have to understand about that how we can find out the places on the earth. After understanding this chapter, this will easy to you. But we have to discuss that syllabus first, what we are going to study in this chapter. So latitudes, longitudes, main latitudes, main latitude, longitudes, prime meridian, Greenwich Mean Time, International Dateline, Eastern and Western Hemisphere, and latitudes and longitudes, how to find the location and calculation of time. This is very important part, C part, on which will you will get a numerical of 3 marks. So this numerical you have to understand well, otherwise you may miss 3 marks in your board examination. And D part is their great circles and their uses. So all these concepts we are going to discuss today. Obviously, because we have to finish the chapter today itself, so video may be a little bit long. So I hope you will stay with me till the end of the video. So continue with that first topic. So as that name of the chapter is there, geographic grid. So what is geographic grid? So you have read about parallels of equators. Means that equator you know well, which divides earth between from middle, and it divides the earth into two parts, just like your navel divides your body into two parts, upper part and lower part. In the same way we are dividing by the equator that earth in two parts, two equal parts or two equal halves. So upper one is northern hemisphere and lower one is southern hemisphere. So we'll discuss this thing afterwards. But first of all, what are geographical grid or geographic grid? For understanding this one, we have to understand that latitudes, so lines which are parallel to the equator are known as latitudes, and lines which are passing through the poles are called longitudes. So latitudes and longitudes are crossing to each other and making the framework which you have seen on globe also, that is known as grid. So a geographical grid is the framework of latitude and longitudes. So first point, I hope so it is clear to you what is geographical grid or what is geographic grid. That framework of crisscrossing lines or framework of latitude and longitude is known as geographic grid. So next point we are going to discuss, it will clear to you geographic grid. You can see here these lines, 0 degree equator, and then these lines are parallel to equator. These are known as latitudes, and these are which are passing through the poles, these are longitudes. And this one particular grid, it is here. So this one is, this is a grid. So I hope so it is clear to you what is grid. So the framework or whatever that this box made by that latitudes and longitudes, this is a grid. So what is grid, it is clear. Now we are going to discuss about latitudes. So our next topic is lines of latitudes. So what are latitudes? It is very clear that lines which are parallel to the equator are known as latitudes. So these are imaginary lines. In reality, these lines are not found on the earth's surface, but it is imaginary one. Just like you have read about contour lines in class 8th, those were imaginary lines. In the same way, these are also imaginary lines which we are imagining on the earth, surface of the earth. So these lines are parallel to equator, and these are having that same latitude towards north and south of the equator. So a latitude is a angular distance of a place north or south of the equator. So if we are going through that grid, suppose this one, any place which where we are taking, suppose this place we are taking, so angular distance from north or south pole, this equator, and suppose here, so whatever the angular distance from here, or if we are here, then angular distance from here. If you are in southern hemisphere, then we are discussing that distance from southern south pole, and if we are in northern hemisphere, we are discussing that distance from north pole. So like this we are having. So next one, latitude is marked in degrees. So equator is called 0 degree latitude and poles are called 90 degree. So 0 degree equator, then 90 degree on north pole and 90 degree on south pole. So latitudes are calculated according to that angle a place makes with the center of the earth. So where you are, what angle you are making with the center of the earth, that is calculation of latitude. So now next one we are going to discuss that lines of latitudes are parallel to equator. Already I have told you, I have shown you what are latitudes. These are parallel to equator, and that's why it is also known as parallel to latitudes. And next one, each parallel of latitude is full circle. So everyone equator is a full circle. It is a bigger one, and then we are having a smaller one. So great circle is the equator, and smaller circles are their parallels of latitude. So next we are going to discuss what are main latitudes. So equator, you know well, it is the longest or that great circle or greatest circle. It represents 0 degree latitude, and while we are going towards north, so 90 degree latitude, that is north pole, and 90 degree latitude south of that equator, that is known as south pole. So these are two poles, north pole 90 degree from equator in northern direction, and south pole 90 degree from the equator in the southern direction. Next one we are going to discuss Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. So Tropic of Cancer first we are discussing. It lies first line from the equator, and that is 33.5 degree north, means from equator it is in northern direction, and Capricorn opposite of that this Cancer. So Capricorn lies southern hemisphere, and it is also having the same latitude 23.5 degree. And next one we are having Arctic Circle. So that is having 66.5 degree in northern hemisphere, and another one Antarctic Circle we are having 66.5 degree in southern hemisphere. So both of that or all these one will be clear to you. Let me go through that. So here is the picture. We can say so equator. Here is the equator, and then we are having 23.5 degree Tropic of Cancer. It is in northern direction, and Tropic of Capricorn, it is in southern direction, 23.5 degree. Then we are having Arctic Circle in the northern direction, and then we are having Antarctic Circle in the southern direction. So these are that four important one. So North Pole, this one 90 degree, South Pole, this one 90 degree. So it is north, it is south, and these four lines are there beside that. So total these are one equator, and 1 2 3 3 plus 3 6 plus 2 8. So these are the equator, and in northern side we are having Arctic Circle, in southern side we are having Antarctic Circle, and just after that equator we are having in northern hemisphere Tropic of Cancer, you can see this one, and then southern side we are having Tropic of Capricorn, this one, Arctic Circle in northern hemisphere, Antarctic Circle in southern hemisphere. So this is all these main latitudes which are there on the earth, or which are the imaginary lines we are having on the earth. All these I have discussed here. I hope so you understood. So now we are coming back on the topic. What are the uses of latitudes? So latitudes are used for finding the location of a place. So how we can find the location of a place? Means that place is located in southern hemisphere or northern hemisphere, or north or south of the equator. By this latitude we can find out, because these latitudes are having the number degree north or degree south, or equator 0 degree. So it will clear that which hemisphere it lies, northern hemisphere or southern hemisphere, by the number, and by the degree it will clear that how much distance is there from the center of the earth. So next one we are going to discuss the distance of a place. So we can find out that distance also by the latitudes. So we know well that 1 degree latitude, 1 degree of latitude is equal to 111 kilometer on the earth. So if we are having a distance from the equator 30 degree, then 30 into 111 is equal to 3330. So this is the distance of Delhi from equator. So like that, if we have to find out the distance from equator, then we can multiply with that latitude with 111 kilometer, and then we can find out the distance of a place from the equator. So I hope you understood this one. What is this concept? So both concept is clear, that how to find out location of a place, how to find out distance of a place. So location from it is located in northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere. Second one, distance, that number of latitude may be multiplied by the 111, because how much number of degree of latitude is there, that is equal to 111 kilometer per degree latitude. So we can find out this one very easily. So now we are going to discuss that another concept, that is heat zones. So by the help of latitudes we can find out heat zone also. So you are watching that figure, heat zones. First one we are going to discuss about freeze zone. So freeze zone lies in northern hemisphere as well as in southern hemisphere. So from 90 degree south and 90 degree north, means North Pole and South Pole, till 66.5 degree north and 66.5 degree south. This area is known as freeze zone. Why this is known as freeze zone? Because polar areas are covered with the ice, and throughout the year most of the time it is covered with the ice. So this is known as freeze zone, because temperature is below 0 degree here. That's why this is considered as freeze zone. So these are polar regions and receive slanting sun rays, and that's why that ice cannot melt. So now we are moving next one, temperate zone. So temperate zone comes between Arctic Circle and Tropic of this one, Arctic Circle and Tropic of Cancer, and Antarctic Circle and Tropic of Capricorn. So this zone is known as temperate zone. Why it is known as temperate zone? Because here that temperature is less than this torrid zone and more than freeze zone. So that's why it is known as temperate zone. So it is having the impact of both zones. Torrid zone, which is near the equator where sun rays is vertical and having very high temperature, and it is in the contact of freeze zone also, which is very cool, or we can say that slanting sun rays are there. That's why the ice cannot be melt. So temperate zone is that zone lies between torrid zone and freeze zone. And next one, Near the equator we are having torrid zone. So torrid zone is having very high temperature because sun rays are vertical here, and that's why this is the hottest area on the earth. And the countries which lies in equatorial zone, those are having very high temperature. So I hope you understood all these three zones: torrid zone, temperate zone, and free zone. Free zone lies in the Arctic Circle and Antarctic Circle, and then temperate zone lies between this one Tropic of Capricorn, Arctic and Antarctic Circle. One side in northern hemisphere, Arctic Circle and Tropic of Cancer. In between these two lines, this lies a temperate zone. And when we are going to south, then Antarctic Circle and another one Tropic of Capricorn. So these two zone in between these two zones we are having temperate zone, and torrid zone lies between Tropic of Capricorn and Tropic of Cancer. So equator, both side we are having Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, and these zones are known as torrid zones. So I hope you understood this one. So now we are moving on the next concept about longitudes. So lines of longitudes. So longitude is that angular distance of a place east or west of prime meridian. So what is prime meridian? You have to understand that 0 degree or Greenwich Mean Time, or near the Greenwich we have defined that line of longitude, which is known as prime meridian. And these lines of longitude are having the distance from this prime meridian. So we have divided that earth in two hemisphere, eastern hemisphere and western hemisphere. So right side of that prime meridian we are having eastern hemisphere, and left side of that prime meridian we are having western hemisphere. So it will clear to you. You can see 0 degree here, prime meridian. This one is prime meridian, 0 degree, and this is eastern hemisphere, this is western hemisphere. So these two hemispheres are there, and we'll calculate the time from east to west, or what the difference between time from east of the prime meridian and west of the prime meridian. Such kind of numerical we are going to discuss in this chapter. But before that, we have to discuss that these are total 360 degrees, and each degree contains 4 minutes. 1 degree contains 4 minute time difference. So if you are having that angular distance of 30 degree, then 30 into 4 means 120 minute difference will be there of one place to another place. So like that we can understand. So on this concept only, based on this concept only, that numericals will be there. So we will discuss afterwards. I hope so that what are lines of longitude, this is clear to you. What is prime meridian, that is also clear to you. Now we are going to discuss about some more characteristics. All meridians of longitudes are that poles and are thus all are equal in length. So I have to go in another one again. So these are moving from pole to pole. All these longitudes are moving from north pole to south pole. So all these are equal. So all the longitudes are having equal in length. Next one is there that these prime meridian is considered as 0 degree longitude, and from this side we are having 180, and this side also we are having 180, and again this side will have 0 degree. So both side, eastern hemisphere, western hemisphere, we are having 180 degree, 180 degree both side. So one more thing is there that two diametrically opposite lines make a full circle, and known as great circle. So these great circle we will discuss afterwards. Now we are going to discuss about difference between latitudes and longitudes. So on page number 18 it is given. So what is latitude? It is clear that angular distance of a place from north or south of the equator. So latitudes are considered from north pole or south pole, distance from north pole or south pole. And what are longitudes? Longitudes are considered as the distance from prime meridian, eastern or western. So it is like this and it is like this. So these longitudes are moving east or west direction, and latitudes are moving north and south direction. First point is clear to you. Second one, these are parallels of latitude. So all these latitudes are parallel to equator. So like that, and these longitudes are going through the poles. So these all are having equal length. So nothing is smaller, nothing is bigger. So next one we are going to discuss that parallel of latitude is full circle. So these latitudes are having full circle, and yeah, and latitudes are not equal in length. Means equator is the greatest circle, and afterwards we are going upside, so circle will be smaller, smaller and smaller. But while we are discussing about longitude, so all the longitudes are having equal length. There is no difference between the two longitudes. So one more point I am going to discuss, that distance between that latitudes. 1 degree of latitude is 111 kilometer, and distance between 1 degree of longitude is 1 degree is equal to, here 1 degree is equal to 4 minutes in time, and here 1 degree latitude is equal to 111 kilometer. So this is the difference between these two longitude and latitudes. So I hope so this is clear. One more point I am taking, latitude degrees are measured from equator. So this is we are discussing from equator or middle of the earth, and this we are taking from prime meridian, like that. So I hope this is clear to you. Now I am going to discuss about the next topic, longitude and time. So longitude and time, as I told you that 1 degree of longitude covers 4 minutes. 1 degree of longitude is equal to 4 minute difference in time. So as we are going from east direction or west direction, this time will increase or decrease. So we are having 180 degree difference from prime meridian in eastern direction. Suppose this is prime meridian, eastern direction 180 degree, and western direction also 180 degree. So eastern hemisphere, western hemisphere both are having 180 degree, 180 degree. So time we have to calculate. If we are having time difference, then we can calculate degree of longitude, and if we are having that degree of longitude, then we can find out the time difference. So how we'll find out, that we'll discuss through the numerical. But now we are going to discuss about eastern and western hemisphere. So eastern and western hemisphere, I have told you already, this is prime meridian, this is 0 degree. This side will be eastern hemisphere till 180 degree, and this side will be western hemisphere till 180 degree. So this is the concept of eastern hemisphere and western hemisphere. We have discussed about northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. Northern hemisphere north side of equator, southern hemisphere south side of equator, and eastern hemisphere eastern side of prime meridian, and western side of prime meridian is western hemisphere. So now we are going to discuss the next module, that is time zones on the earth. So total how many time zones are there? So there are 24 time zones. Why these are 24 time zones? Because we have taken the difference of 15 degree longitude, and 15 degree longitude, total 36 degrees are there of longitude, and we are dividing by 15 degree, so that will come 24. So 24 time zones are there, and each time zone is having difference of 1 hour. So why 1 hour? It is clear. 15 into 4 is equal to 60 minutes. So 60 minutes is the time difference between the time zones, and there are 24 time zones are in the on the earth. And how we are having this division of time zones? This is prime meridian, and this side we are having, this side we are having 12, we are having this side, 12 we are having this side. So total will be 180 degree, 180 degree, 360, and divide by 15 degree. Then it will be 24 time zone. Why 24 time zone are there? Because we have taken the difference of 1 hour. So if we are taking the difference of 1 hour, so it means we are having the difference of 15 degree of longitude, and 15 degree of longitude we will divide total 360 upon 15, then we will get 24 time zones. So I hope you understood how we are getting 24 time zones. Now we are going to discuss about standard time. So uniform time based on central meridian, and that is known as standard time. And standard time must always be divisible by 7.5 degree. 7.5 degree here into 4, it means 30 minutes. So we are having the difference in standard time is 30 minutes. So we have seen so that India and Pakistan are having the time difference of 30 minutes. So every country is having the standard time. So difference is there of 30 minutes. Difference between Bangladesh and India time is also 30 minutes. So like this we can say, so standard time zones are divisible by 7.5 degree, and 7.5 degree we are taking, so then will be 30 minutes. So standard time zones are having difference of 30 minutes. Each country is having like that. So now we are going to discuss about Greenwich Mean Time. So while we are discussing about Greenwich Mean Time, that is 0 degree meridian or prime meridian. So Greenwich, from Greenwich it is going so, and if that time is 12 noon at Greenwich, then if we are going to east and if we are going to west, while we are going to east, time is added, as well as India is having 5 hours and 30 minutes, 5 hours and 30 minute difference with Greenwich Mean Time, GMT. So we are having this one. India is having difference of 5 hours and 30 minutes from GMT, Greenwich Mean Time. And if we are going towards west, then we are deducting from prime meridian or 12 noon. So we will reduce that side. So this numericals based on this one will complete. Now we are going to discuss about next module, Indian Standard Time. So IST we have taken 23 and half degree east. So we can say, so 23 and half degree east. Let me see, Greenwich Mean Time is 0 degree, and we are having 82 and half degree multiplied by 4. That will come here 330 minutes. 330 minutes means 5 hours and 30 minutes. So we are having GMT plus 5 hours and 30 minutes. How we are having? It is proved by the prime meridian or GMT. We are having the difference of how much degree? 82 degree and 30 minute. So after that we are multiplying by 4, because each degree contains 4 minute, and total time difference is 330 minute, and 330 minutes is equal to 5 hours and 30 minutes. So we are having this difference. So India Standard Time lies ahead from GMT, that is 0 degree prime meridian. So I hope you understood this one. Now I will go through one numerical, but before that we have to understand this one, that calculating the time at a place, how we can calculate. So here places on same latitude have the same time, so we can go through this one, that K, O and M. K, O and M, where we this place is K, this place is O, and this place is M. So this place is M. So these are having same time, and if we are going through another point, this D, B and P, they will have same time. So which are located on the same longitude, they will have the same time. So like that we can calculate the timing. So we'll go through the example now. So one example is here, standard meridian of India is 23.5 degree, and standard meridian of Montreal is 74 degree west. So we'll calculate that time difference. So one meridian is equal to 4 minutes, and total difference will be, if both are there in east direction, then we'll subtract, and if one is in east and one is in west, then we'll add the total. So 82 plus 74, so total will be 156, and multiplied by 4, so it will come is equal to 626. So that will be 10 hours and 26 minutes. So time difference between India and Montreal will be 10 hours and 26 minutes. So we can calculate by this one. So if Prime Minister made the broadcast at 7:04 a.m., so we know well that east direction we are lagging ahead from prime meridian, and west is lagging behind. So here, if suppose this one 7:04 a.m., so this is am, so there will be 5:30 p.m. means we'll go back. Here will be 5:30. While we are subtracting this time from this time. Why we are subtracting? Because while we are going west to that prime meridian, we are losing the time, and while we are going east of that prime meridian, we are gaining the time. So like that we are having this calculation. So I hope if you are going towards east, you will add, and if you are going towards west, you will subtract. So Montreal is located in west, so India was in east, so we will subtract. What will subtract? The addition of this one and this one. So I hope you understood this numerical. Like that rest of the numerical you can complete. Now we are going to discuss another topic, that is international dateline. So what is international dateline? The line of 180 degree is one and the same of the east or west of prime meridian is known as international dateline. So opposite of Greenwich meridian, we are having one line that is known as international dateline. So how we are calculating this one, international dateline, how it is working? So ideal is that 180 degree line, and prime meridian is 0 degree line. So opposite of, suppose this is prime meridian, so opposite of this one, another side of this one, we will have another line that will known as IDL or international date line. So while we are crossing from prime meridian to IDL, so 12 hours are deducted. So while we are going east to west, we are losing a day, and while we are going from west to east, we are adding a day. So like that we can have the calculation in international dateline. So example is given in a book, you can go through with that New Delhi, Mumbai, we are having the difference. So like that you can go through. Now I am going to discuss about great and small circles. So great circle is a circle that is drawn on the surface of a sphere, such as the earth. So all the longitudes are the part of great circle. These longitudes all are having great circle. And if we are discussing about latitudes, then equator is the great circle, because it is covering all the surface of the earth. So what are the characteristics of great circle? We can discuss after equator. Other lines or other latitudes are small circles. So characteristics we can discuss of these great circles. So great circle is a theoretical circle. Why we have mentioned here theoretical? Because this is imaginary lines. That's why we have discussed about theoretical circle formed by intersection of Earth's surface and an imaginary plane. Means, as I told you, that imaginary plane we have taken. So it is dividing Earth into two equal parts. So equator is dividing the Earth into two equal parts. So like that we are having this great circle. So all circles must passes through or touch the center of the circle. So such circles must pass through the center of the circle. And next one, infinite number of circles can be touch the two opposite ends of the sphere. So these infinite number means 360 degree, one circle having 360 degree, like that we can have. And another one, that intersecting great circles always bisect each other. So these great circles are bisecting to each other, either this one or this one. Means longitudes are bisecting the equator, or equator is bisecting the longitudes. So one great circle equator and another one is longitude. So all that longitudes are bisect by equator. So this is clear to everyone. So now we are going to discuss about last topic, that is uses of great circles. So great circles are especially important for places that are on opposite sides of the globe, and most globes show the great circle routes between the distance ports across the Atlantic, Pacific and Indian Ocean. So we have discussed this already, that navigators use the great circles because by the great circles we can find out the shortest route through the sea. And one example is given here, that using that hypothesis that shortest route from New York to Moscow would be over the North Pole. Thus, it does not take into the account. So we can say so that great circles are showing us shortest route, but what things are coming in between that one, that we cannot say. And sometimes these are practical, sometimes these are not practical. So it does not take into the account and take that landing and takeoff facilities of aeroplanes. So as I told you that we are taking that shortest route between two places through the great circles, but it will applicable or not applicable through that sea route or directly we can land by that airways, that we have to find out, that yet we have to work on that one. So we can say so that globes show that great circle routes between distant ports across the Atlantic, Pacific and Indian Ocean. So are these practical or not practical? We have to go through this concept. So next one, that circles are used by meteorologists to determine that climate and weather conditions of region. So great circles will have the same climatic conditions, because they are having the same distance from the equator, or they are having the same distance from the center of the earth. So like that we can have. That's all for today. I hope you understood that explanation. Stay home, stay safe. If you are having any kind of doubt, then you can mention in the comment section. That numericals and question answers I'll give you next video. Till then you can go through the concepts. Any doubt in the concepts, you can contact me in the comment section. I will add your comments in the next video. I'll clear doubts in the next video. So till then, have a nice day.